everyone, welcome to this week's Trimcraft Tuesday video. This week I am again doing something a little bit different. I am going to be creating this little notebook, traveler's notebook insert, little junk journal, little creative journal, you know, all of the above things or none of the above things, basically just creating a little handbound notebook. So yes, I have already gone through some of my little papers and scraps and stuff to choose what I'm going to use for the pages inside the notebook, and then I've chosen my two favourite papers from this paper pad to use as my cover. Now I am creating my little notebook to fit my Carpe Diem TN, and that was a bit of a mouthful, Carpe Diem TN, there we go, which I believe is ever so slightly larger than a standard TN, I think by about an inch or so. It's just a little bit bigger. I have written down here, so I've cut those papers for the cover 10 and 1/16, why can't I talk today, 10 and 1/16 by 8 1/4 inches, or in centimetres 25.5 by 21, and I think a standard TN is like 9 by almost 8 inches, so yeah, a little bit bigger. I might be totally wrong on that. So I've cut those down and I am gluing them together with some liquid adhesive, just because, well, if you put it down wrong, you've got a couple of seconds to adjust it. If you do it with double-sided tape and you put it down wrong and, you know, slightly squiff or something, then there's just no chances there. So that's why I've done that. And then I'm going to cut down all my little papers to go inside the notebook. I've got various things here. I've got bits from Folkland. I've got some bits from Daphne's diary. Some like just old newspaper kind of print there. It's not a newspaper, it was it's like an old Times annual or something. That's from Daphne's diary. And then just some really nice papers from my stash, like this really beautiful like cream coloured Conqueror paper, you know, Conqueror the brand. Oh, I didn't buy it myself, I stole it from my dad, and I need to steal some more, because there it is, that paper there, it is the most glorious, and it's like this hammered texture, and oh dear. I'm going to move away from that subject, because half of you are going, you're a really strange person, and half of you are going, yeah, sexy paper. Anyways, so I've cut those to roughly the same size, but about 5mm shorter on either side, because obviously you don't want them sticking out of the cover, and them to be slightly smaller. And then I fold them one at a time. It seems to work better if you fold them one at a time like that. And I've just kind of done it in an order. Oh, I've also just got some plain white paper there as well, like good quality stuff. I think it's about 120 GSM, but yes. And then I decided I wanted another Folkland paper in there, because I didn't feel like there was enough. And I've cut one even smaller. I don't know the size of that, I just eyeballed it, just to have one in the absolute direct middle of my insert there, like so. And yes, and I've kind of staggered them, so like there's a white one next to a pattern one, and blah 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 blah. Now when you fold them, obviously you get that thing where the ones on the inside are sticking out more, so I just take a metal ruler and a craft knife and just chop off that edge, because I like the nice straight neat edge. Some people don't mind if they stick out a bit, and that's perfectly fine, but I like that nice neat edge, and it's easy enough to do with a craft knife. Now I am just trimming down some excess on my cover there, and I don't think that's because I put it down wrong. I think it's because I cut them wrong originally, I think. I do have some suspicions about my paper trimmer and how accurate it is, but yes. Now I'm sure a bunch of you, or most of you at least, know exactly what I'm doing here and know exactly how to do it, but it's one of those things, if I don't put it in the video and if I don't explain what I'm doing, someone is going to say, why did you skip over that? I need you to tell me how to do it. So I am just leaving this in. So I always bind my TN inserts or notebooks. I do the hand binding rather than the staple version. I do have a long arm stapler, I just prefer the more rustic look, I suppose, of binding it with twine. So I've just marked where to put my holes there. Obviously you can see I've clipped with big bulldog clips everything together. Made my holes with a pokey tool, and then I'm just going to sew in the twine there using a big old darning needle and this twine, which it's a purple striped baker's twine, so I thought that would go nicely with the collection. Now usually when I do this, I start from the middle and then have the knot in the middle, but I actually wanted to have the knot on the outside of this TN because I wanted to add a little charm to it. You'll see that in a minute. So you basically just sew it in a figure of eight shape, you know, up through the middle, round the outside, down, back through the middle, and down to the bottom hole, and then back through the middle kind of thing, and then you tie your knot. And then, as I said, sometimes you can do it from the inside or you can do it from the outside, depending on where you want to have your bow or your knot or whatever. Probably explained that really badly, and I apologise. But as you can see there, I added just a little extra bit there so I could add that little stag charm from the Folkland collection, just because it's super cute, and I thought it would be kind of sweet to have a little stag charm there. And what I will say as well about this notebook is, I'm sorry if some of you are going to get offended by the C word, but something like this might be a good idea for a Christmas gift if you're thinking about making some handmade gifts this year. Just a little notebook as a little extra present for someone could be an idea. I'll stop saying the C word now. So from this point on, and we're only a few minutes through the video and have a little bit more to go, is me decorating this TN, because it's not just about making it, it is how I made it to look pretty, because I like the outside of my notebooks and stuff to look just as pretty as the inside, really, personally. So I'm going to use lots and lots of bits from the collection. I have used one of the frames and backed it, and then added another layer around it. Those glitter tags, I love those glitter tags so much. I need to buy another one before they start disappearing off the shelves in the range. I'm going to do that today. I'm going to the range today. Anyways, I've just got a little white strip of paper there because I'm going to stamp out the word journal. And those stamps I'm using are the Dovecraft mini wooden alphabet stamps, like little peg stamps. I know a lot of people don't like using these because, you know, you've got all the alphabet and then loads of little extras as well, like grammatical points and whatnot, and it's hard to find them. What I do is, before I use them, I bring them all out, I just put them in alphabetical order. It only takes 2 minutes, and then stamp like that. It saves so much time and effort. And I admittedly bought these stamps a long time ago and didn't use them for ages for that reason, that they were a pain to use. But then when I figured it out that you could do it that way, I now use them all the freaking time. Anyway, I also stamped 2019 with my date stamp there, because I know for a fact I will not be using this until next year, because I've got like another insert that I want to use next. So yes, or as I said, it might end up being a gift. I haven't decided yet. So I have decided at this point I want to add a couple of little bits to the inside. So I've made a little envelope here with my 1, 2, 3 punch board. One of my absolute favourite crafting tools, and I'm doing it in the the coin envelope or the cash envelope style, where you just sort of make one edge of the front envelope straight and have it vertically rather than horizontally. And then I'm going to put brads in the top and then in the middle there, like so, and then so I can use twine to keep the little envelope shut. And I just really like the aesthetic of little envelopes like that. But yeah, that's going to go on the inside, because on the inside I'm going to put some pockets and envelopes and things, because I think it's nice if you're going to use this as a creative journal or a junk journal or whatever, rather than just a written journal. It's nice to have little pockets and sleeves and whatever to put in all your little bits of ephemera and little stickers and stuff that you're going to use, because, you know, you might be out and about and see something that you want to use for your journal, and if you put it in a drawer or something, you are quite likely to forget about it, which I do all the time. But if you have the ability or the availability to put it in a little pocket or something, then you're more likely to use it in the journal, so to speak. So I am kind of flicking back and forth between doing stuff on the front and stuff in the middle, so apologies if that's annoying. But I decided to put one long strip on the front like that, and I've ruffled up the edges before putting down my little frame. I'm going to add the little felt stag head just because it is very, very cute. I have taken off, however, you get a little foam adhesive on the back of these, and I didn't want him to be sticking out that much, so I've taken that foam adhesive off, and I'm putting him down with this slow dry tacky glue that I have, which I will try and link if I remember. I usually use this Tonic Studios tacky glue for everything, but that slow dry stuff is amazing. Really, it is so good. Like, it's going to stick anything to anything. It's almost good as gel medium. Anyways, I'm a little bit rambly today, and I apologise for that. These little things I'm playing with here, I made these a while ago. I used the stamp and die set from Folkland just to create these little butterflies and flowers. And I just stamped them on some cardstock with some StazOn ink and went over them with my Kuretake Starry or Pearl colours, the pearlescent watercolours. So I've just got a couple of pretty embellishments to use, some little pearlescent butterflies and flowers, and some tags which I'm going to use later on. Here I'm making another little envelope for the inside. This is an itty bitty one. it's not made with the mini envelope punch board, but it's made with the directions from the mini envelope punch board. So yes, I just thought that was super cute. And again, I'm just adding little bits and pieces, and I've added to that little envelope those little tags that I made that I was just talking about with the stamp and die set. So those are going on there. I decided there needed to be something else, however, on that front page because it was just a bit lost kind of thing with just that little envelope there. So I've just made a little sort of banner shape with a scrap of paper, adding another glitter tag because they are so pretty. And then I'm going to add that puffy sticker that says love, and I'm also putting that right in the place where you can't see the hole in the tag. And then another little butterfly. I've added I'm going to add one of those wooden butterflies there and just kind of keep going, adding lots of pretty embellishments. It's just the same kind of thing as I do with scrapbooking or card making. I get the base of it done and then I go nuts with the embellishments because that's my favourite thing to do. Again, I've stamped out with the little Dovecraft alphabet stamps, ephemera and tags for each of those little envelopes. And then here I'm using that teeny weeny tiny little gold heart stamp from the collection to just, not gold heart stamp, the heart stamp, and I'm stamping it with gold just in little places like that because I think it is adorable. I'm going to add some of the glitter enamel dots. There's just, I'm going to say those are my favourite. Those are my favourite. Those, I just love all of the embellishments from this collection, basically, is all yeah. Those are going just underneath the butterfly there. So yes, oh, I've got some pegs out, that glitter peg. I'm going to use those just to keep the notebook shut, as it were. Here I'm going to add a pocket to the back cover. Easiest thing in the world. I just eyeballed it completely. You figure out how big you want it and then just diagonally slit along the side and put it on like that. And obviously you only put your adhesive on the bottom and the side like that, and you can just use that as a little secretarial pocket kind of thing. So that's going on there. The one thing I didn't actually do with this is put anything on the back, and the reason for that is sometimes if there's a load of stuff on the back cover as well, it can make it a little bit hard when you're actually doing stuff within the pages. So I usually decorate the back page once the notebook is complete, kind of thing. So with that, I believe I am finished just putting my pegs on there, and there it is. So I hope you enjoyed this slightly different video. Again, I wanted to show you both like the decorative side of doing it and the functional way of doing it as well, but a little bit different. So as I said, hope you enjoyed, and maybe, as also I said, the gift ideas as well. So as ever, the links to this collection, as it is still readily available, will be in the description box below. Please leave me a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video, chat to me in the comments, and I am now going. Yep, okay, thank you very much again. Bye bye.